What's going on, YouTube? We're back with Shades, and we're continuing our Let's Play of Katawa Shoujo. Okay, that was weird. I clipped the mic. The gain's all the way down again, and I'm recording a little earlier today because I have to stockpile some, because spring break's next week, and I won't be able to record at home, because recording at home is annoying and stressful. But let me just say that I might not be coming back to Katawa Shoujo after this playthrough. Not because the game is bad or anything, but I'm starting to feel burned out about it, if you hadn't noticed. But I would feel really awkward not finishing this route at least. I know I have 2 more routes after this, but I do feel that I kind of need a break from it, because Pokemon Academy Life keeps me entertained, 1000 Lies keeps me really entertained, but this one's just really slow for me. And I think the main issue there is here, I shouldn't say there, in this series, is that like this is my third run through of the game, and when I'm done with this, like I'll eventually like record one of the other routes, and like the beginning is completely and utterly the same. Sorry, I'm wearing my retainer right now, so I'll be tongue tied. But yeah, 1000 Lies at least keeps it fresh by you know, like keeping me on my toes. Like I'm not sure where it's going. And like Pokemon Academy Life, I just love the series a lot. So like, whoops, sorry. So just, you know, like the distinct change is kind of just annoying. And I don't know. It's just like Katawa Shoujo's like soft pastels and slow pacing just doesn't grip me anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too used to fast-paced content. I don't know. But like I've always been kind of a slow start when it comes to these recordings. Like I start off like really unenthusiastic and like bored unless I really love the game, or like and then toward the latter half of the week I start getting more energetic because I get into it. I don't know. Like it's something I've noticed with myself, that like when I start a recording, I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? And then toward the end, I'm like, oh my god. I don't know, but that's just me. So I'm thinking of taking a break from Katawa Shoujo for a while and like going to Lucid 9, because I do miss that one. That one's like a horror, like murder mystery kind of thing. So I do want to go back to that one because that one sounds just exciting. But anyway, I think I didn't read this yet, right? Yeah, definitely. You can't take it too seriously. If you aren't always thinking big, thinking positive, and if you show any signs of weakness, people will start thinking you're incompetent, you know. And soon you won't be able to do anything because your power is going to be delegated off to others piece by piece, and you'll be left with nothing. That's what happened last time. So remember, it may seem like an easy job, but a lot of carnage can happen in this room and out of it. Dealing with school stuff too. Even trying to get a budget report from the class rep can be a fight to the death sometimes. Oh god, budget reports. So for my club, as president, I had to work with my treasurer to perform a budget report, and more often than not, like our treasurer at the time like has everything like squared off. Like, hey, if they do their job, it makes my job a shit ton easier. I just have to look over it. And like budget reports are just annoying because like depending on the school, sometimes like they'll raise and lower your budget based on how much you use. And for some reason that doesn't apply to every club, but you know, it just annoys me a little bit that sometimes like something like that. Like if you don't use your budget, like they'll lower it, and that makes sense. But like sometimes we just need a little bit more budget. Like the reason we cut so much from our prices is because we know our budget's tiny. But anyway, oh shit, I didn't put a timer on. Alright, timer's up. Sorry about that. Like I always forget to put up a timer. Like that's the one thing that like I always forget, because I'm like, I need to record, I need to do this. But yeah, I'm just gonna like enjoy my playthrough. Anyway, yeah. Budget reports, they're annoying. Yeah, it's kill or be killed. There are no friends in the pits and you take no prisoners. Are you sure about this? Is this right? You don't seem excited enough. You have to make sure you're getting through properly. Once more with feeling. What are we talking about here? Because it was a wipe last time. Oh. Are we having like auditions, or sort of screenings for people running for a position? I mean, my club doesn't do screenings. No, actually, we do screenings. The screenings we do are for the presidency position, but everything else is like popular vote. But yeah, it's just a thing we do. Shizune twists her hands like a maestro for emphasis, visibly intimidating the two girls standing at attention in front of us. I think this all started because one of them asked if she wasn't taking her job too seriously. Do you understand? Do you understand? Pretend I'm shouting it. Okay. The student council is so weird. Which one's Aoi? Yes, sir. Sir, who are you guys talking to anyway? It's not weird. You have to think of it as a job. If you want, think of it like they're paying you with the right to use this great office. That's a little too serious. I mean, like, a school club, yes, requires a bit of, like, seriousness. But you shouldn't take it so seriously that, like, no one, you scare people from coming in. I mean, like, for me, it's a college club, so, like, it's kind of more serious because, like high school clubs still get a budget, but, like, that's delegated by, like, usually the advisor. But when you're in college, like, it's delegated by the club. So, like, for us, like, it's a little bit more serious because, like, we're technically in, like, an organization. So yeah, it's kind of scary, but, like, you do have to tell people that it's a serious, like, time sink. It's not weird. Oh, well, I read this already. You want another lecture? No. You can go now. Just like that, about the hour-long student council orientation is over. Personally, I thought it was about 15 minutes too long, and I found it funny that it incorporated a tour of a school that we have been going to for a while, but I guess it didn't hurt. I say it hurt because, like, why would you tour the school that you already know just to show people around? I don't know. Like, it's just dumb to me. I expect Shizune to fall back in her chair since she's been on edge all day, but she doesn't. She continues pacing the room restlessly. They still have a long way to go. Right now, they're a joke. Wow, that's a little harsh. Like to be frank, like I do like make judgments on people who are running for an e-board or like a club like position, but like I don't say like, oh, they're a joke. Like, no, like in all honesty, like you can't continue your reign in the council forever. So whoever's running is whoever's running. You can't like dictate that. Oh well, it's all about letting go, really. Like, especially if you have a power trip. What? They think they can be the new student council? They're so unfocused. You can really see the lack of experience. This is our best year yet. I don't think they have what it takes to follow up our act. I mean, that's typically the mindset of people who want to go for a position. Like, they're just like, oh man, I can never do as well as the people who went before me. I know I thought that when I went for the presidency position. I was selected for the presidency position. But like, it's one of those things where it's like, sorry if I'm sleepy. Like, I've always been a slow start. Like, I call myself a morning person, but I'm always a slow start. But yeah, like, you can't just make a judgment call on people before they're in power. I never make the judgment call. I'm just like, I know you two can handle. I know the people who are succeeding me can handle it, and I know the people who are under them can handle it. So I have to let go and just watch from a distance. And so far, they've been doing pretty all right. There's ups and downs, but they can handle it. And I know there are more of them than those two girls. Where are they? They're like a heavily marketed but mediocre big-budget, critically planned sequel to the acclaimed low-budget sleeper hit. Wow, that's actually an interesting comparison. Because typically sequels suck. Eventually she does stop and sit down. Are you gonna miss it? Obviously. I'd be happy if I didn't have to leave too. I like being in the student council, even if it can be tiring too. Yeah, I can empathize with that, because like I was really like despite me like being super stressed out about the position and like stressing out over whether or not I'm doing a good job and like trying to get around like complications along the way, I was really like having a lot of fun. Like, it was a lot of stress, but it was also a lot of fun. On good days, anyway. I remember I had a couple bad days, but those are personal issues. Yeah, it's definitely tiring. Only because Shichen is always trying to do more than she has to. You're forgetting that if I did the bare minimum, we wouldn't do anything all year except hand out flyers, collect surveys, and plan the next student council election. So the next student council could sit around for another year of doing nothing. That's true. Like, typically, unambitious, like people in power tend to just sit back and do what they did last time. Like, I did that, but that's only because that's all our budget allowed. Like, we wanted to do more events, but like budget wouldn't allow it. Like, we have a big budget this semester, so like they're trying new stuff, and I'm like, good for you guys. But we didn't have the budget last semester. I wish we had the budget last semester. Asking me to let that happen, don't be ridiculous. In a student council like that, there wouldn't even be any power to play around with. I'm just happy that even though I clearly need to ride them harder, those two aren't bad. Not there yet. The new student council should be in good hands. How can you tell? After the festival, they asked me if they could organize a Halloween event, like a haunted house or something along those lines. They had a bunch of other ideas as well. Oh, excuse me. When my nose gets stuffed up, I get gaggy. Of course, my response was no. I had Misha tell them the reason to do it themselves. They wanted it so badly. They were angry for some reason. Wait, what? Of course, okay. Of course they'd be angry if you said that. And Misha delivering the message wouldn't help. I was angry too. All of a sudden they want so much. If they wanted a haunted house or a traditional style cafe or a trip to the beach or whatever other cliche thing, why didn't they try to organize it before? It was like they were taking advantage of me. I can understand that. Like, being a person who is not in a position of power, just an everyday person, typically is like, oh man, I wish this club did this, I wish this club did that. And if you're running for that position, you could be like, oh, can we do it? But the thing is, like, if you're so what Shizune is saying, they should have tried to organize it themselves in some way. They could have, but like, she forgets that she's the one in the position of power. They can't do anything without the approval of staff or like an organization to back them. So yeah, I worked hard to organize those festivals, and in return they came to me with, that was nice, but can you do this now? How about doing this? This is what I really want. Shi-chan was wrong though. Right, they wanted to join the student council so they could make it happen. I made them feel jealous and riled them up. That could be a kind of motivation too. Not really, depending on who you are. That could just be a deterrent. They could be like, no, fuck you. That desire is to do something great spreads, even if it's to show me up. They decided to take me up on the challenge nonetheless. I'm impressed. Well, for now, you would have to see how it plays out a little longer in order to know for sure. She snaps her finger suddenly, which sends Misha almost bolting out of her seat. Interesting. I guess it's impossible to get used to. That's right, we were going to have a party to celebrate their passing the reins to the new student council, weren't we? Want to have that now, or at least plan it out now and have it tomorrow. But they're not even in charge yet. In fact, that's the first thing you told them. You're not in charge yet. It seems premature. Misha, what do you think? I agree, it's too early. Plus, I don't think I could go anyway. Sorry. In fact, I was going to leave right now. Why not? No comment. Come on, tell me. Well, okay. Way not to crack under pressure, Misha. I thought about it, and even if I didn't want to go, I would say yes. Usually, it's the kind of person I am. I really should stop doing that. This is a good place to start, I think. Oh, excuse me. If it's a celebration to say goodbye, I don't want it. It would be too sad. I want to do something else instead. And after all, He-chan, you and Shi-chan will still be here tomorrow. It doesn't seem right. Besides, I have other school things I have to do today. I can't just drop them like that. We can postpone it. No early goodbyes. She looks firm as she says this. Aren't you gonna go now, though? Oh, that's right. Okay, besides now, no too early goodbyes, okay? I get it. Okay, later. With that, just Shizune and me left alone in the student council room. Are we gonna sex? Because if we're gonna sex, this is gonna be really awkward. Sunset slowly changes to night and we sit in silence, both searching for something to say. Wouldn't it be really that bad? Yeah, I didn't think about it like that, but Misha's right. Parties set a mood, and it would be a sad one. A sad party doesn't sound a whole lot of fun to me. Why would it be sad? Is that a trick question? I'm sure of it. Shizune's eyes pierce into mine, waiting for my answer with detached, analytic stare that I haven't seen in a while, but feels familiar anyway. I consider my answer carefully, but it also what it means for her to ask me. It could be that Shizune finds it depressing as well, or it could be that she doesn't understand why anyone would find it depressing. Both are equally plausible. I had a thought that when you graduate, that's it. It's going to be the end of the student council. I was wondering if you had the same idea. Don't be stupid, I look forward to it. I wouldn't be a student anymore, but so the expectations are going to be completely different. People's expectations of me and my expectations about everything else. It seems exciting. As for the student council, it should be in good enough hands. I don't have anything to be sad about. I don't think you're being honest. You look upset about having to give the student council up not even a few weeks ago. It wasn't about leaving it to a bunch of newbies either. It was having to stop doing student council work at all. I get that feeling. This year, I'm not the president anymore. This year, I'm not on e-board anymore, because once you're president, you're done. You're done, and you just take a break. But I couldn't help myself from thinking I wanted to be part of the new e-board. I wanted to be part of what they were doing. I wanted to be in the loop. And they've officially, like, kicked me out of the group me, or... No, they didn't kick me out. They made a new group me for the new council, for the new e-board, and for their new shadows. So like, it makes sense for me to not be there. It's just like one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's finally time they moved on and they don't need my help. Not that I was offering much anyway, but I was still like keeping an eye on them, being like, hey, you guys okay? But you know, I didn't do much. I haven't done much since I'm no longer president, but I do miss being in that position. I not the power, but like, it forced me to like interact with people. It forced me to do things that I typically didn't do, and it was fine. It was honestly fine. Whatever. I'm not gonna get too nostalgic here. Unexpectedly, Shizune smiles. So you're not disagreeing. That doesn't make sense. Why would you want to have a party about it? I'm trying to get over it. Besides, goodbye celebrations are very important. People say the first step is the most crucial, but following through and finishing cleanly are just as important, right? I guess that's true. Anyway, don't consider it a goodbye, but it's still an event. You still have to go through the proper motions. Aren't you going to? Aren't I going to what? Kiss me, of course. Oh god, we're going to sex, aren't we? Is that the proper motions? It would be normal, wouldn't it? It's the natural thing to do. Time to act decisively. If I don't, I'm sure my heart will explode. I kiss her immediately, so quickly that I don't have time to enjoy it. Even though she was prepared for it, she blushes a deep red. I feel a similar heat rising to my neck and cheeks. Oh no, we're gonna sex! Okay. So I'm gonna continue until, like, we need to, you know, do, and then I'm gonna have to read some erotica. You know, I'm actually tempted to just, like, censor everything and, like, just read out loud. But I don't wanna. Like, it's not for this channel. I'm moving for another kiss, but as I do so, she moves backward at the same time and impulsively jumps onto the cabinet behind her. Alone in the total silence of the room, we just look at each other for a while. Whoa! Wow, that was a bit more detailed than I expected. This time I kiss her more deeply. Her lips are light and dry and open a tiny bit. I'm only able to appreciate the sensation for a moment before Shizune starts kissing me back forcefully. Her bangs brush against my closed eyelids as I let myself sink deeper into the kiss. I can feel the shape of her body through her clothes, which only makes me hold Shizune tighter. Can you tell I feel awkward? Can you tell? Because, like, legit, I feel awkward. I feel very awkward. Like, that's why, like, whenever I read one of these sections, I go really fast, because I'm like, I need to stop, I need to stop, I need to stop. It takes some effort for the both of us to draw back from each other. We're both blushing, both from the kiss and the thoughts of what's to come, and I'm far from the only one breathing a little heavier. Oh, we're about to sex. Oh. So, anyway guys, this is a perfect place to stop. I'm gonna record a bit more. I'm tempted to skip through the sex scene because typically they don't do anything. It's just a sex scene, that's it. Like, it's erotica. And really well written erotica, but erotica nonetheless. It adds nothing to the story, and I'll probably come back when I need to. So I'm gonna read it to myself. If you want to see these scenes, once again, the game is free to play it through yourself. I give you a decent walkthrough anyway. So I'm not gonna record these scenes anymore. It's just too much for me, and it wastes my time. Cause I end up making them unlisted anyway. If you just want to see a guy be awkward, you can find that. Like, you could tell I'm awkward right now. So I'm just gonna like cut it out completely. I know I could turn off the sex scenes, but I'm just not feeling it right now. So, cause like, I need to fill in 5 days of the week, and I cut this one out, so that means just more for me to record, and I have a lot to record today. I know that's making excuses, but I just need to. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me from this series, hit that subscribe button. And you're not exiting the Shadyverse. My name is Shades, and I hope you've enjoyed your day in the shade. See you guys after sex.